Please welcome Vice President of Sales for Event Solutions, Alex Rolfe, and Team Lead Solutions Consultant for Enterprise Solutions, Julia Gould.
All right, Cvent Connect, here we go. And I mean, wow, just look at this stage, Julia. Isn't absolutely amazing? It really is something else. I think one of the nicest that I've been on. So great kudos to our events team, the production team, for all of the help here. And thank you all for being here in person. And hello to all of you joining us online from wherever you may be. Most of us just came from the product roadmap session. And wasn't that amazing? I've never been more excited for the future of the platform. There were so many new and exciting innovations. I personally loved all the AI initiatives that are rolling out, but what was your favorite, Julia?
I have a soft spot for that CSN AI-powered search. I think that's going to be a big time saver. That's
a good one. So let's get the chat going online. If you're joining us virtually, throw your favorite part of the roadmap into the chat on the engagement panel, and we'll see what you think was the most popular. And while our tech team was talking about the future, we're here to talk about the present. So I'm Alex Rolfe, VP of Sales, joined by the fabulous Julia Gould.
I'm Julia Gould. I'm a team lead on our solutions consultant team, and I'm so excited to be in San Antonio with you.
So we appreciate you joining our session. It's the power of the platform. Got my superhero shirt on here. We hope to turn you all into Cvent superheroes today. The reason we're hosting the session is pretty easy. I'll give you a quick story. I was at dinner last night with several Cvent customers. One of them has been a customer for 10 years. Used Cvent at a couple different organizations, and she asked, what are you presenting on tomorrow? I said, we're going to talk about some features and functionality that maybe not everybody knows about. And we got to talking about some of the things that she does, and one of them was speaker management. And she was managing it with Microsoft Excel and Microsoft Outlook. I said, after I fell out of my chair, picked it back up, I said, well, that's exactly why we're hosting this session today. It's to help uncover some of those features that you already have available to you, and perhaps some that you may not have been aware of. So we really want to peel back those layers, unlock some of the mysteries, turn you into Cvent whisperers. So buckle up. Julia and I are here to really share some of the Cvent secret sauce, some of the hidden hacks that we want you to all be aware of, and really those Jedi mind tricks to make sure that our platform is your loyal companion. So let's keep this interactive. Please ask questions through the app along the way. Upvote your questions. We'll have some time at the end to answer the top ones. We're going to run through several parts today. So if you see anything that jumps out at you that you'd like to take a deeper dive on, I know McNeil at the end of the product roadmap session talked about the Innovation Pavilion. Just another plug for that. Put it on your to-do list while you're here at Connect. It's a great way to get hands-on, speak with our product experts, and we have almost every part of the platform represented there. So Julia mentioned she's a solutions consultant at Cvent, and an amazing one at that. And a solution consultant is our code word for knows everything about everything when it comes to Cvent. So I think it's only fitting we put that knowledge to a test with a quick pop quiz if you're okay with that.
Give me your best shot.
All right. But we also need the audience here in the room and viewing online to participate. So if you can, pull out your phone, go to the session. We've got a couple of poll questions in there. And we're going to see how well you do, Julia, compared to the audience. All right, here we go. First question is going to be, how many features does Cvent's event marketing and management platform have? So think registration, think Attendee Hub, think OnArrival.
All right, so I demo these. I do not count them. I'm going to guess 750.
Give it another second here. Let's see if we can see the poll results. There we go. The audience is saying B750 is winning. It's a little more than that. We have about 1,000 features across the platform, but you know every single one of them, right?
Let's give me some grace. Let's go 99%. I got you.
All right. So look, we get it. There's a lot under we have a lot of technology under our hood. But here's the thing. Once you learn the secret path, the power that you can unlock, it's really incredible and unreal. From finding the right venue, and now vendor sourcing, which you heard with our Reposit acquisition, to managing speakers and exhibitor logistics, to creating those stunning registration forms, to ensuring you get people into your event on-site quickly and efficiently. Cvent, we don't want it to be a secret weapon. We just want you to be able to leverage it for every event that you can imagine. So it takes practice. Fully realize that, and perhaps a little bit of patience. But once you do, it truly becomes an asset to you and your team, and it makes it totally worth it. So all right, next question. What's the average number of events that an event organizer runs?
This one I do know. Thank you, Cvent marketing
Oh,
team.
don't say it yet. Don't say it yet. Let's see what the audience says first.
I got excited. I know this one.
I know. I saw you. Let's see. Got almost a tie between 4 and 6. Oh, 6 took the lead. All right. And the answer is 4, right? So on average, there's so many different types of events formats that people can run, and many event organizers are tasked with running both internal and external events. So one of the things that we want to do with our platform is give you the ability to manage events of all different shapes and all different sizes. They could be conferences or trainings, social events, events you attend and sponsor, and there might even be different formats, be it in-person, virtual, or hybrid. Luckily, Cvent platform supports it all. You heard in the roadmap as well, our trade show solutions with our acquisitions of iCapture and Jiffle Now in the family help to expand the scope of events to support your trade shows, which oftentimes are so critical from a sales and marketing standpoint. Not going to go into iCapture, Jiffle Now too much today, but again, they're available to be looked at in greater detail in the Innovation Pavilion. All right, so I got one last one. This is just for the audience. If you're a current Cvent customer, what % of the Cvent platform do you think you currently utilize? Notice I didn't even put 100% up here because I don't think anybody could possibly utilize everything. All right, give another second. Most people are saying, somewhere between 25, between 10 and 50%, so it's pretty well distributed there. So look, it's no surprise to see that most of you feel like you've barely scratched the surface of what you can do with the Cvent technology that you already have. And there's a lot, both with the solutions that you may have already licensed with us and through other modules you may look to add on as you try and solve other challenges around your events with technology. So as event organizers, we know you have huge challenges to ensure that events go off without a hitch and that you're constantly chasing perfection. But it's, imperfection is only natural. There's going to be issues along the way. It's been our goal and mission to, build software and support you as much as possible in that pursuit of perfection. So we know you put a lot of, time in with your team. There's lots of software modules, lots of features that go into putting on your events, and it can be hard to keep up, not just with what's in Cvent today, but keeping track of all the new releases. So in our time today, we want to help you become a Cvent superhero, unlock and uncover the power of the platform with some key features and functionality you may not be utilizing, including many that you already have access to. So I'm going to put Julia on the spot today. How about you walk over to your podium there, log into your account, and let's show some of the platform live in action. So I'm fortunate to speak with a lot of our customers and hear lots of different things, and try to think about what were some of the most annoying things that you as event organizers have to deal with when it comes to managing your events and your overall events program. And I think Julia is just the person to help us out. What do you think?
I'm game, Alex. What do you got?
All right, so the first up was for organizations who run multiple events. And what a pain it can be to keep track of all the event requests coming in. So whether it's internal or external, and regardless of the shape or size, there's a lot of back and forth that goes on to get all the information that's needed. So do you have anything that might be able to help our audience out?
It's an easy one. This is a Cvent feature that's near and dear to my heart. Let's look at our meeting request form. Meeting request forms provide organizations with a fully brandable, fully configurable intake form. They allow your organization to gather requests from both internal as well as external stakeholders for all of the meetings and events that they'd like to host. You are fully in control of that branding, the instructional text, and all of the fields and information that you want to collect. Any information collected in these forms is then available within your Cvent account. So you have increased visibility into everything going on across your organization. I can even convert these requests into events or RFPs, and if this request does need sourcing and space, I can hop right into the Cvent supplier network. Here, I can browse a global database of over 300,000 venues worldwide, just like our planning team did to find our space for Cvent Connect. All the information collected in those request forms can populate my RFP, can populate my event, and if I care about budget, it's 2024, let's get real, who doesn't? I can then use the event created and track every single penny in Cvent's budget module. All right, might have gotten a little carried away. I told you it was near and dear to my heart. What do you think for managing those incoming requests?
I mean, it's really good stuff right there. I think it certainly helps, with the intake process, and having your budget really, I think, enhances the ability to report both per event and across your events. So, all right, next one. One thing I hear often, is the challenge of having to constantly be logging in to check your account for things like if you run multiple sessions or you have an event capacity, are we close to going over that capacity? Or maybe you want to know every time someone cancels their registration. So rather than logging in multiple times a day, it's got to be an easier way.
There definitely is. Let's look at planner alerts. This is a bit of a hidden gem. Not many people know they already have access to this today. Planner alerts are going to live just inside that event record, and they're going to provide automated notifications whenever certain milestones are hit within your event. This event already has a few created, like letting me know when I reach a certain percentage of my registration capacity or when my VIPs have registered. You can create over 25 planner alerts, off of 25 different triggers. That includes payment activities, changes in registration status, or even just event dates or deadlines. These are automatically going to send email notifications to the recipient of your choosing. So these don't just have to be your Cvent account users. You can input the email address of whatever stakeholder needs the right information at the right time, so you're keeping everyone up to date. I do think I'm going to turn the tables on you, Alex. One thing that I hear on site is how many people have checked in, who is here, is so-and-so here yet? I probably hear it about 100 times a day. I know your team hosts a lot of events. How do they stay up to speed?
Yeah, that's OA all the way. So while you all experienced OnArrival when you checked in and got your name badge, there's a tremendously powerful app which you can put in the hands of all your key stakeholders when you're on site. So we're going to look at the OnArrival iOS and Android app here. When you're logged into the app, you have access to all of your Cvent events in the palm of your hand without having to log into your laptop. So you'll be able to see overall check-in numbers, access the attendee list, and filter down to see certain people or segments, and even drill in deeper to see dashboards. It'll show things like check-ins by registration type, what your peak time was, and active sessions happening. You can give as many people on your team as you want access to the app. So go ahead and set it up for your CEO or your CMO or other key stakeholders, and they won't have to text or Slack or Teams or email and call you 50 times during the event. So we covered some pretty powerful functionality, which I hope helps drive efficiency, but I wanted to take a second and look at it from the attendee's point of view. So again, that OnArrival app, something you can put in everybody's hands. From the attendee side, as they continue to go through your event, it really starts with that personalized email being sent to the right audience, as you started to hear audience segment. From there, you can have personalized content on your website. So once someone decides that, hey, this event might be interesting, you want to make sure you serve up the relevant information on the website to ultimately, hopefully, send them into the registration experience itself. They can browse the agenda, they can look at speakers, ultimately, hopefully getting to that point where they click that big register for event button in the middle there and begin to go and sign up for the event. So personalization throughout this entire experience is helpful. As they start to register, you can ask different pre-event questions based on their registration type. You might have different add-ons available to them. It can impact the pricing that they see, all based on each registration type. As you heard in the roadmap, audience segments is something that is going to help us take that personalized experience even further. And if you have a hotel block for your event, we want to help you fill that up and reduce attrition. So right after registering, someone can seamlessly link into your hotel room block, and your registrant can go through and book their hotel room. They can choose from your block dates. You can even give them the ability to pay for shoulder nights. The data, it's then shared both on the back end for you to report on and to include in emails, and it's also easily accessible to your attendee via confirmation emails and inside of the mobile app. So let's talk attendee engagement for a second. Everyone, do me a favor, pull out your phone. You should still hopefully be in the session. But most of you are leveraging the attendee app for this event. And hopefully you've seen how powerful it can be. But there's probably some things you haven't used yet. So let's get everybody to send a group message if you haven't. So this was a newer feature that we launched last year. So if you pull up your app, if you go to the bottom screen, there's a little person there. It's the 1, 2, 3, 4th icon over at the bottom. And then you can click on messages. From there, you can click on the little plus sign, and you can search for Alex and Julia. So why don't you add us to a message and send us, if you're a current customer, send us a message with what your favorite, perhaps, hidden feature is. Curious to see what you guys think is your favorites as we go through it. If you send us a message, we're gonna do a little drawing after for one of our Cvent superhero shirts here. We'll send 5 shirts out after Connect. So lots of different opportunities to engage, both at the beginning of the event, as many of you did when you logged into Attendee Hub, to build out your sessions and build out your schedule for today. During the event, hopefully you're leveraging the mobile app. If you can't make a particular session and you need to stream it from the hotel room, you can now stream that video live from inside the mobile app as well. So it's not just for the virtual audience, even though hello again to everyone out there. But video, I think, is incredibly important for the in-person audience too. Afterwards, a lot of content over these last couple days. You might not be able to check out every single session that you wanted to. You'll log back into Attendee Hub post-event to watch videos on demand and hopefully keep up with the connections that you made here. But that's enough of me. I'm gonna hand it over back to Julia here. We spent a lot of time showing off some of the great stuff that helps pre and during the event, but what about after it's over? I've got a pretty simple question that I hear, most of the folks in the audience here probably get quite often too. But after an event, what if your CMO, boss, head of sales, anybody turned around and said, who is our most active or engaged attendees at the event? How would you answer it?
All right. I am going to say I have 16 and growing notifications, so thank you for all the messages. I can see them here. So I know there's a lot in the back of this event system. I'm going to scroll down to reporting in that same event, and we're going to hop into engagement scoring. I still, to this day, have customers, even though engagement scoring has been around for a few years now, that don't know it's available for them. Once they see it for the first time, they use it for the first event, it really does become second nature, and they use it for every event moving forward. Cvent provides you with a baseline engagement score to really understand who and how your attendees are participating at your event. But you can actually go ahead and create your own custom scores to call out what's most important to you. What do you define as an engaged attendee? You can choose from over 25 different interaction points, and you can actually assign custom point values to each of those interaction points. So if attending a session and asking questions in that session is most important to me and what I consider a hot lead, I can go ahead and set that up. Now it's great. I have this nice overview. I can see how many people are participating. I can see that average score, but I hear what you're saying. My boss wants more. So I can actually open up those individual scores and see who my most and my least engaged attendees are. I know we're not in Vegas anymore. I will say I always kind of wondered, did we have people check in, get their badge, and then head to the casino or pool? And I should not worry about that at an event full of event professionals. But if I was ever curious, I can clearly see here Polo is a top engaged attendee, and I can scroll all the way down to the bottom and maybe figure out who those ghost attendees might have been.
Yeah, I really like seeing these numbers, and these scores, they can have a big impact, and it really help answer some crucial questions that impact your post-event follow-ups. It could be like, who should your sales team follow up with first? Who's most likely to purchase from you? Who's likely to return to events in your future events? So again, this is available to everybody today that has our registration or Attendee Hub solution. But I want to go back and talk about some of the most important people at your events. Of course, it's your speakers. While it definitely wasn't us, we have Carl over here from our product marketing team who is helping us with this session. We know that managing speakers can be like herding cats. So again, anyone using registration or Attendee Hub today has access to our speaker management solution. It allows you to create a site to invite your speakers into where they can see tasks you've assigned them to complete, they can update their profiles, and that's going to then feed into your speaker website page, any sessions you've assigned them to, and in the mobile app. So this is a self-service portal so your speakers can start to take these actions themselves. Once they check in on site, you'll have text messages. Give it a second there. So we're just showing that, that video there of all this being integrated together. And that's really where the power comes into the platform, is it gets submitted once, and then it's distributed to the right places across the platform. So, when someone checks in on site, you can also have text messages fired off. So let's say you have someone managing speakers. Whoever your speaker manager is will know when a speaker arrives. They can greet them, and then after the event, the speaker can go back to the speaker portal and see how they were rated. So speaking of speaker ratings, another number that gets asked for often is who is the best and worst speaker. Is there an easy way to report on that, Julia?
I feel like you might be dropping hints, Alex. But yes, speaker reports live directly within the backend reporting like any other event reports. I'm in Cvent every single day. I still love using the keyword search. There's a lot of reports here. There's a lot of data available. And for me, personally, this is the easiest way to get right into what I care most about. The session comparison details report is going to give you a nice overview of all of your sessions, their participation and response stats, and a visual of how that session scored. Scrolling down a bit, I can actually even see within each session how each individual speaker performed. Here, I have a session with 3 different speakers, and it looks like Julie, Kevin, and Lisa all scored above a 4.6, so I have no worries about inviting them to speak again next year. Overviews are great, but we understand how valuable details are. I need to be able to get into the nitty-gritty and make sure that my speakers are meeting the high standards and high quality that we expect. The speaker feedback dashboard allows me to look at each individual speaker and all of the details on that speaker level. I can see how many sessions they spoke at, their score distribution by session, and I can even see any comments received about them on their feedback surveys. Clearly, I love visuals, I love these speaker feedback reports, but I am glad that I gave myself that wiggle room in the beginning. I know that there was a session report update this year. Can you remind me what that was, Alex?
Yeah, absolutely. Let's do it. That was one of my favorite new releases of this past year. So it's the session overview page. It lets you easily track and measure the performance of your sessions. So things like engagement and satisfaction of session attendees without having to run various reports. So you can compare session attendance, engagement, rating, and feedback with up to 3 different events in your account, or you can compare up to 4 sessions within a single event. So this is a huge time and effort savings when it comes to analyzing this type of data. So before this, event marketers like yourself had to export this type of data, analyze it across various spreadsheets, and then manually calculate the trends. This entire process is now automated, hopefully saving you valuable time. All right, one more for you, Julia. I love everything you showed us in the system, but I know everyone here has a lot more on their plate than just managing their Cvent account. So do me a favor, can you pull up the Cvent app marketplace?
Easy. Marketplace.cvent.com is going to show you all of our partners and our integrated partners to help you complete your full event ecosystem.
Absolutely. The Cvent app marketplace, it's a one-stop shop for integrations and apps which help to extend the Cvent platform. So we know that you're tasked with other deliverables that will occur outside of Cvent, but by allowing these partners to integrate seamlessly with us, it can help to improve your experience, your attendees' experience, ultimately hopefully giving you more value and more insight. So think about integrations with leading sales and marketing tools like Salesforce.com or Adobe Marketo or HubSpot. We have integrations that promote accessible events like our partner Wordly. who those of you joining virtually can experience right now, as well as integration with travel organizations like Uber, for example. So if you do an event like Cvent Connect, you've got your staff attending, you've got your attendees, you've got your speakers. Maybe they need to move, from the airport to the hotel or from the airport to your venue and then back. Our Uber integration, for example, when someone registers, can automatically give them a voucher so that they have their transportation already paid for. So just one small example. All right, a couple other quick topics. One is video. Video continues to rise in importance. Now, I didn't say virtual, I said video. As it continues to rise in importance, whether it's a webinar, a virtual event, hybrid, or an in-person event where you're recording general or breakout sessions like we're doing today, we've been building tools to enhance the accessibility and extendability of your event content. So last year, we launched Cvent Webinar as a one-stop solution for all of your webinar needs. It's so user-friendly, it makes it easy to create professional and engaging webinars literally in minutes. But if you don't believe me, give it a try. You heard that you can now sign up for a free trial of webinar right within your existing account. So go ahead, play around with it. If you do, you'll have a unified experience across the platform, bringing your webinars into the same place you run your other events from. And you heard this in the product roadmap too, but I think it's worth repeating. It's Events Plus. It's a great way to give people a sample of your past events and use them to promote your future ones. So it's an on-brand experience that allows you to add your logos, match your full branding, and turn your attendees into viewers, giving them access to your content all year long. So take your event recordings afterwards, use them for new purposes, and again, make that content last longer and make it more accessible to an even larger audience. I really think it's an essential part of your total event program to keep them engaged 365. And then lastly, you have powerful tools at your fingertips to manage all of your videos. So you can edit video titles, descriptions, chapters, thumbnails. You can trim videos to make sure that the ones that you publish don't contain any unwanted content or create video clips so that you're showcasing shorter versions. We also want to make it more efficient. So one of the AI initiatives that we launched was the ability to create chapters with the help of AI. So rather than having to review a video, manually cut it into segments, you can push a button and the chapters are automatically generated. Another AI advancement that is out for our studio users, and that's both in our webinar solution and in Attendee Hub, you now have auto live captioning in all of your webinars and sessions where you use Studio to live stream. So attendees can easily turn captions on or off while they're watching content, and this will automatically transcribe audio to text and embed it directly into the platform for a seamless experience. So all right, one last group that we didn't talk about yet was exhibitors and sponsors. We know they're a crucial part of your event, and we want to help you treat them like VIPs. So just like our speaker portal, exhibitor management is included for any registration or Attendee Hub user. And here we want to take a look at the exhibitor journey. So it started with that invitation for them to join the exhibitor portal and to log in. Then they have the ability to complete tasks that you've assigned them. Just like the Speaker Resource Center, exhibitors have the ability to add bios, descriptions about their company, sales collateral, which they upload to the app, or which will upload to their exhibitor portal and show within Attendee Hub and the mobile app. They can sign up their booth staff using a self-sign-up link that they can easily share. This will automatically count that registration and debit it from any registrations that they were allocated as a sponsor or exhibitor of your event. They then have the opportunity to purchase lead capture licenses. So while they're on site, they can be engaging with the attendees, capturing those conversations, and then ultimately, hopefully following up afterwards to be able to get the ROI out of the event that they invested in. All right, so we talked about a lot today. We wanted to leave a couple of minutes for some questions here. But by my math, we probably only covered about 0.5% of those 1,000 features that are in there. So there's so much more that you have the opportunity to unlock. So whether you're a new Cvent user, whether you're a longtime veteran, I highly encourage you to continue to be curious, continue to ask your Cvent team questions, follow the new release notes that we have in our product notes section in the community, and simply by playing around in the system. There's so much to discover, and I think as you continue to do that, you'll find even more value from the platform itself. So it looks like we do have quite a few questions, and I think we got quite a few notifications as well. So we've got about 5 minutes left. Let's take a couple of questions before we wrap up. So I know we have Erica in the back helping us out. She was watching the most upvoted questions. Let's see what the first one is. Or not. There we go. How long does it generally take for a new user to get up to speed? Let you take that one, Julia.
Ooh, I think it depends on what you're getting up to speed with, but with new products like Cvent Webinar or Cvent Essentials that was announced, I mean, you can get up and running on Cvent in a day. You can get an event up and running in 5 minutes. For regular, your traditional Cvent registration, give yourself a few weeks. We're really gonna support you. We're gonna onboard you. We're gonna give you training. You're gonna have the community and access to all the help that you could need. But again, it's built and has been rebuilt over the years to be more intuitive and to make it as easy as ever to even copy an event and get an event up, launched, and ready to go in minutes.
You saw it with Cvent Essentials, right? So we want to give tools that are quick and easy, Essentials, Webinar, and then tools that are robust and powerful with our core registration and Attendee Hub solutions, which have a steeper learning curve. Next one, what about integrations with things like Monday.com and HubSpot for new requests? So we have a couple of ways that we approach integrations. One, we've built a large number of out-of-the-box integrations. So Salesforce is an example. HubSpot is another example too. We already have an integration built with HubSpot. So you don't have to build something from scratch. You simply install it, you map some fields, you turn on some buttons, and the data flows between Cvent and HubSpot. Another option we have is what we call our integration hub. So that's an integration platform that we have that allows us to connect to many different tools, including Monday.com. We'd set up a call with you and your team to think about what the data flow would look like. So it's a little bit more custom. We put together a scope of work, and then our team configures that integration for you. So you don't have to engage your tech team. They don't have to lift a finger. They might have to look over the documentation and sign off on it, but we can help to build that connection between Cvent and Monday.com with Asana, from a project management standpoint, Smartsheets, so many other systems out there. So if there's an integration that you would like that we haven't already built, ask your account manager to connect you with our integration hub team, and we'll be able to evaluate that. We also have a robust set of open APIs. So if you have developers, they can come access data from Cvent and connect Cvent to basically any other system out there. Does Cvent have project management software to assist with the planning process? If so, is it customizable? You want to take that first, and then I got a couple thoughts.
Yeah, could you tell I really enjoy this side of it with my request form answer? So yes, Cvent offers a meetings management module. You can fully customize notifications, approvals, workflows. So as new requests come in, you really get to route those to the proper stakeholders in or out of Cvent. You can have multiple levels of approval. You can have multiple routes that form is going. So extremely, extremely configurable. And then we have some more hidden gems. We have lighter features like task management. And
project management's a broad topic. We've got some within our system. I'll even, Cvent's event marketing team, or even as a company, take out our event marketing team. When you look at our tech team and our, marketing team and our sales team, we have, Asana and Smartsheet and Reich, and we're trying to bring some of those project management tools together. So if you're working with a third-party project management tool, we can integrate with them through our integration hub. We'd like to productize more of those in the future as well, but today we can support that through the integration hub. Room blocks. Is this hosted by Cvent or a partner?
Those are all Cvent, whether it's the hotel request form in your Cvent registration, or if you are integrating with a hotel with Passkey, those are all Cvent modules and products.
All right, I think maybe one more. Is there a Happy Path learning module in the community for those of us who are new to Cvent?
Yeah, so I would say any of the articles in Cvent are an easy, visual, instructional. So if you're on the go, if that's kind of your happy path moment, I just need something now, search that knowledge base. But yes, we do have on-demand learning training experiences ready to go for you, geared towards all levels, new, medium, expert Cventer.
Yeah, ask your Cvent success rep. They can always recommend, the right sessions based on the types of events you're running, type of organization that you are, and help guide you down that. I like that happy path. So we're just out of time here, so we'll wrap it up. But again, thank you so much for joining us today. Please do provide us feedback, by taking our post-event survey. We'll look at those speaker ratings later. But hope you enjoy the rest of your time here at Connect. Lunch is next. So you're going to go back to where we were for breakfast this morning to grab lunch, and then we'll be eating in the general session room. So thank you again. Hope you enjoy your time here, and we appreciate it today.
Thanks all.
I can tell you my secret.